Good. Hello, everyone. We are Team 17, and we are introducing the enhancing data security through the integration of cryptography and steganography. My name is Yichu Liu, and we also got Cliff, Austin, Asher, and Krishna on our team. So let's get on to the background real quick. Cool. So steganography and cryptography are two different techniques that maintain data confidentiality and integrity. For cryptography, encrypts the message. However, anyone can still attempt to decrypt the message. Everybody knows the existence of a encrypted message. On the other hand, steganography, the purpose of steganography is to hide secret message in digital media in a way that it does not allow anyone to detect the existence of such secret messages. Basically, conceals the existence of a message, and also the message is unencrypted to anyone who knows about the existence of the message. On the right side, we have a picture that's basically is hiding a message inside a fish. In this case, anybody who doesn't know there's a message inside the fish will know about the message. However, if you know there's a message inside the fish, you can read it right away. So the main purpose of steganography is to communicate securely with secret messages through other medias. And steganography does not change the structure of a secret message. It has the inside media, so the change is not visible. So let's talk about combining those two together. By combining cryptography and steganography together, we can obtain confidentiality and security when it's implemented properly. However, this is usually not a simple 1 + 1 = 2 case. The order of implementation will matter, and our goal is to determine what's the optimal order of the implementation. And also, we need to ensure those two layers are entirely separate, aka there's no common keys. You can solve one, but still require some effort to solve the other one. All right, now let's get on to the literature reviews.
The application of cryptography and steganography is very critical for securing secret communication, images, medical data, and many more. For instance, the current intelligence leak exposing US for spying on their adversaries and allies shows we should find a better way to secure data. So the following topics are papers review that apply this concept for better security. A new LSBS image steganography method blend with cryptography for secret communication. Another paper, implementation of cryptography in steganography for enhanced security, and also, last but not the least, but security enhancement in image steganography using neural networks and visual cryptography. This review is from a 2015 Third International Conference on Image Information Processing. In this review, a least significant bit with shifting and Venom cipher encryption are the two methods used to protect the secret communication. The data is encrypted with a transposition cipher, then hidden inside an image using LSB with a shifting embedding method. The PSNR and MSE are parameters used to verify whether these methods really work well. So the LSB only hides 50% capacity of the images, but the LSB with a shifting and the Venom cipher took care of the rest of the capacity requirement. So the PSNR and the MSE, they are just parameters that determines whether your application really works well. This paper also shed light on three main features although the methods were advanced encryption system and bit matching steganography. But under the bit matching, there were three features that they really highlight on. Their payload capacity, imperceptibility, and robustness. There are trade-offs in using these features. The matching value is still limited to the color distribution of the cover image. So meaning if the matching cannot be found, the system cannot produce the key. So this paper really talks about a slight difference about the AES and the bit matching steganography. However, there were some trade-offs. In this paper, the author demonstrated the use of generic algorithm, image steganography, and visual cryptography for data hiding in image for wireless network. Any encryption algorithm is used for this data regardless. The LSB steganography is also used for hiding the secret data in the cover image for this paper. The generic algorithm is used to reshuffle the modified image bits to ensure better security. Then the visual cryptography is applied at the end to secure transmission of the image over the internet. The only drawback with this paper is that there is no provision for any face recognition to get more security.
Thank you, Cliff. My name is Austin, and I'll be going over the research objectives that we had looking at this topic. So our primary research objectives were first to analyze existing implementation methods of steganography with cryptography and evaluate their strengths and limitations. Secondly, was to investigate the optimal order of implementing cryptography and steganography. And third was to compare efficiency and security with existing secure communication solutions. So for the first research objective, analysis of existing steganography implementations, one of the main ones that we kind of touched on a little bit is LSB steganography, least significant bit. And what this does is it hides secret information in the least significant bits of a cover medium, which could be an image or a video file or an audio file or anything of that nature. And oftentimes you'll find it alongside symmetric key cryptography to encrypt the message before it's hidden. And this method is strong in its ability to hide an encrypted message in a medium without altering that medium's appearance. So if you look at the image at the bottom, the image on the left has no message hidden in it, but the image on the right has the message attack at midnight. Although the images are identical visually, you wouldn't be able to know that there's a message in there unless somebody told you. However, the weakness in that is that somebody who does know that a hidden message exists in the cover medium will often be able to extract it. And also the length of the message is very limited by the size of the cover medium itself. For the second research objective, we wanted to figure out what is the optimal way to combine steganography with cryptography. And it really depends on the implementation and the situation that you're using it for. But generally, it is preferred to perform cryptographic techniques first to encrypt the message before hiding it via the steganographic techniques. This would prevent an attacker from being able to extract a hidden message without first decrypting it, even if they are able to detect the steganography has been used and find the hidden message in the first place. And finally, the third research objective was to compare steganography versus existing secure communication solutions. So steganography on the left-hand side here is really great for when you don't want attackers to detect the presence of a message. However, it can often be easily uncovered if someone knows the message exists. And also it gets expensive to hide and extract messages. So this may be more appropriate for applications where hiding the presence of the message itself is important. On the other hand, a lot of our existing secure communication solutions are great for highly secure encryption with strong efficiency. And message length is no longer a constraint. However, it makes no attempt to hide the existence of a message. And this is often more appropriate for applications where strong protection against unauthorized access and authentication is more important.
Implementation of cryptography with steganography can be done in 3 ways. First is to encrypt the message and hide the message using steganography. Second is to hide the message within encrypted message using steganography. And third is a combination of cryptography and steganography, which could involve encrypting the message, hiding it, and then encrypting the entire file again. The entire process can be divided into two parts. This shows the embedding process of the first type. First, the cover object is chosen. This is where the secret message is held. This could be an image, audio, or a video, etc. Then, using a secret key, the message is encrypted via an encryption algorithm such as AES. The encrypted message is then embedded within the cover image using a steganographic algorithm such as LSB steganography. Finally, the resulted stego image is then transmitted to the receiver. The extraction process on the receiver's end involves extracting the encrypted message using the same technique used for steganography encryption. Then the encrypted message is decrypted using the shared key to obtain the secret message. All of this is based on the principle that files containing images, sounds can be altered without losing functionality, and also the inability of humans to not be able to spot these minor changes. Finally, the most common method used for steganography is the least significant bit method. In this, the secret message is converted to binary format, and each bit of the message is sequentially embedded to the LSB of the pixel values of the cover image. For example, let's assume a binary value here, 10101011. Here, the LSB is the last bit, which would be equal to 1. If you want to embed a 0-bit value of the secret message, the last bit is then replaced with the 0-bit value, and the result, thus you get a result ending with 0 as the LSB. Furthermore, for more advanced technique, when using a 24-bit image, the bits of RGB components can be used where 3 bits can be stored in each byte.
One good way to implement the combination of steganography and cryptography is to hide the encrypted message in another piece of media, such as an audio file or an image. In order to combine the two, you would start by picking a good cover file. The cover file is an innocent-looking file chosen based on appearing plain and unremarkable, as the goal of steganography is more based on hiding the message rather than defending it like cryptography. The choice of what type of cover file to use comes down to the amount of data that needs to be hidden, the level of security that is required, and how the user wants to send the message itself. An image is often chosen because it's easier to edit, but because of that, it's also a little bit easier to detect. By modifying the least significant bit of each pixel, in a picture, you can spell out the message in plain sight, and it could even be posted online for your intended recipient to see on websites such as Facebook or Instagram. While it's relatively easy to detect when looking for it, when everyone posts pictures online, most people simply won't be looking. Audio file is harder to modify to place a message into, as well as being harder to extract the message. That being said, those same characteristics also have the upside of making the message in audio files harder to detect. There are 2 ways of hiding the message in an audio file. You can either modify the least significant bits in a sample like it was talked about earlier, to spell out your message, or you can change the amplitude or the frequency at certain sections to spell out your message as well. Audio files let you conceal more data than an image of the same file size too. Outside of what file type to use as a cover file, it's also important to take into consideration the size of the message being sent, because if the file is too small, then you can't send the full message. But if it's too big, then it's a waste of time both in sending and in the person extracting the message to actually be able to extract it. A file that's too big is also going to likely look more conspicuous, which then defeats the purpose of hiding the message at all. With a suitable cover file found, you would then encrypt the message with a strong cryptographic algorithm like AES to make sure that even if the message is found in the cover file, the strong defense still remains to protect the message. So after putting the encrypted message into the cover file, it can be sent to the recipient to extract and then decrypt the message. The best way to keep treasure safe, after all, is to either keep it hidden or protect it. So why not use both? Because after all, you can't decrypt a message if you can't even find it.
Good. This concludes our presentation. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you and have a good one.